up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Different one today. I just thought I'd do a little bit of a sit down, chilled out vlog for you all. Just a bit of a catch up, really. I've been back at work now for, in total, I would have done 10 shifts, which is probably just over 2 weeks. And I'm back on furlough tomorrow. Today's my last shift. Back on furlough for, I don't know, a month due to, restrictions with international travel and stuff. So I'm not quite sure how to react to that, really. Part of me is like happy about it because I get to spend more time with my little one who's 4. Part of me is like unhappy because you're just getting your life back into some sort of routine, learning the job again because so much has changed. And it kind of it's half great but half sucks. So I'm a bit like meh, don't really know how to react about this one. The other furloughs, the other lockdowns that we've had have been lovely. Like, I've enjoyed them and I've tried to make the most of them, and especially the time with my daughter. But it's this inconsistency of going back to work and then going back on furlough and then going back to work and going back on furlough. It just messes you up, so I'd rather just kind of have a really long stretched out furlough and then just go back. But nobody's really asking what we want and in the world, and it doesn't really matter anyway because it's it's whatever's keeping people safe, and if there's no travel then there's no work. So I'm back on furlough. I am wearing my Sans t-shirt. I realise that it's backwards, but that is because I am currently doing a fundraiser for them. I am walking 100 kilometers in June, so it roughly works out about 2 miles a day, which is not extortionate. But now that I won't be at work, I can be quite lazy and just sit on my sofa like I'm doing right now, for the whole of June. So I'll have to make sure that I am doing my steps and getting out and raising money for SANS. If you don't know what charity SANS are, they raise money and funds for people that have stillbirths or miscarriages or any kind of traumatic event like that where children are involved. So I think it's a fantastic company. What are they? They're not a company. They're a charity. I think they're a fantastic charity. And sadly, you shouldn't have to go through any of this, but sadly, childbirth is one of those things that's never a given, really, and you're very lucky to have a healthy baby at the end of it. So I'm very fortunate to have had a beautiful girl who is very, very healthy, and I don't take it for granted at all. But yeah, it's a very comfy t-shirt, and it came free with the fundraiser, so I'm just repping it and wearing it. And it's one of those horrible days where it's really, really grey and it's slightly rainy, but it's muggy. So I've got my shorts on, got my legs out for a change, even though they are horribly pale. But that leads me on to what I want to talk about today, because one of my most popular videos before Water Drop was even a company was where I talk about vitiligo and my tattoos. Now, I made that 2 years ago, and it's received 1.2 thousand views. Now, it hasn't given me 1.2 thousand subscribers because there are 39 of you, and I appreciate every single one of you, but that's quite an insane amount of views. So obviously people are searching for tattoos or they're searching for vitiligo. Now, if you don't know what it is basically piggybacking off of an autoimmune disorder. So I have an underactive thyroid, which is an autoimmune disorder, and vitiligo piggybacks off of that. So they kind of just spur each other on in there. And what vitiligo is it eats my skin tone, basically. So if you see, what's the PC way of saying it? I don't want to upset anybody. If you see a dark-skinned person, I think that's how we refer to people now, it notices a lot more in them than it does on me because I am white. But when it is sunny and I get a tan or I burn, it notices a lot more. So the sun's been out for roughly a week. You can already see it. So right now, my hand is white. If you just look right here, this is what's left of my skin tone. That is it. So the rest of my hand, it's eaten all of it. This is all that's left. This little bit here, and obviously my arm, until you get to my elbow, and it cuts off right here. So this is vitiligo. It's eaten my skin tone, and you can see under my armpit, really dark armpits. There's some skin tone, but it's eaten all of this. And all of here, you can see all of this. This is all vitiligo. I mean, that's really, you can really notice that it wasn't as bad as this last year. So it will get progressively worse. And it kind of comes down here and goes through the tattoo. So all that's left on this arm is a little bit up here. Obviously where I wear my watch will always tan anyway. And then it's starting to get like spots. This is a burn. So don't worry about this bit here. But these little spots here, that's vitiligo as well. So it's having a good munch. And when I burn now, it's just burning straight skin. There's no skin tone, so it's so sore and painful. So I now have to wear a factor 50. I used to wear a 30 and kind of tan, but now that I have this, I have to be very, very careful because I just burn, and I think it will be so easy for me to get skin cancer with vitiligo. It's not something that I've researched whether I'm more prone to it because I have vitiligo, but on my face as well, you can kind of see my eyes, excuse the spot, but it's coming down here and it's coming over here. So it's attacking the face, it's attacking the arms. My legs, I don't really, they're always just white. They're never really out to tan. I mean, at the moment, compared to my hands, I guess they look tanned, but they're really not. So the arms really is the main thing that you can see, especially because in the summer I like to get my tattoos out. I like to show people, I like to show them off. I like to wear vests, I like to wear t-shirts because it's so hot. And my arms will be the one thing that you notice the most. So somebody asked me when the video first came out what effect vitiligo has on your tattoos. It has zero effect on your tattoos. It does not affect tattoos. It affects the skin tone. So because you're having ink implanted into your skin, it's not interested in that. It is artificial. It's not meant to be there. It doesn't want to eat that. It wants to eat your skin tone. So if you're, like I mentioned, if you're darker skinned, it will notice way more on you than it notices on me, because it will only notice on me in the summer months or when it becomes hot. You cannot really notice it on me in the winter or when I'm cold or whatever. I'm just pale, I'm just white. But when it gets hot and I start to tan and I start to brown, you can see it a lot more, and then so be it. So there is no cure, there is no treatment. It kind of just is what it is. And I don't think medical profession knows too much about it, how it begins, how it kind of accelerates or decelerates. Obviously, I've noticed since last summer there is a lot less skin tone than there was last year. But I don't think, like if I'm having a bad month with my thyroid, I don't think the vitiligo acts faster, if you see what I mean. It isn't piggybacking off of it that much. Otherwise, it literally would all be gone, because right now I'm going through blood test after blood test because something is wrong with my thyroid. But I don't think the vitiligo is acting any faster because of it. So it's common knowledge that autoimmune disorders go together hand in hand. Happily, they live and coexist in you, and that's great. Fabulous. I'm so happy for you guys to use me as a host. But they don't spur each other on. When the vitiligo is bad, it doesn't necessarily mean that my thyroid will be bad. They are individual things, but they come together. So I don't think they know much about what it is, where it comes from, how it starts, but they know that it is a thing, and it is quite prevalent now with supermodels coming forward. Lots of models. If you look at Boohoo Man, there is a gentleman with vitiligo. So it's definitely becoming something that's more aware to people. But if you have any questions, rather than just stare at the people that have it, go up and ask them, or Google it yourself and find your own answers. There is nothing worse than having something physically wrong with you that people can see and they just stare at you because they don't get it, or they're too stupid to kind of comprehend what's going on. They should just come out and ask you, like, what's wrong with your hands? Why are you white and brown? Why are you, why don't you have any skin colour? We'd much rather you address it and ask us than just stare. So please don't stare. We'd much rather you ask questions. And I don't even like have it that bad because, as I said, I'm quite pale, I'm quite white. So you won't see it on me unless I get sunburnt or tanned, and then you see it. But that was it really. I just wanted to follow up on it. Obviously, the video is 2 years old now. It is one of the first ones that I recorded as a vlog and put up on my channel. Because my husband at the time said you should absolutely 100% start a vlog channel and record this video and people will want to know about it. And 1.2 thousand views later, he was not wrong. So feel free to educate yourselves, ask me about it. By all means, I am very responsive on my YouTube channel. I will answer any questions. I will reply to any comment, even if it's just a hey, thanks for getting in touch, or thank you for the like, or whatever it is. But yeah, I just wanted to hop back on and readdress it now that time has gone past, in case people had a follow-up question like, how is it now? Has it got better? Is it worse? Is there treatment? Do you take any meds? Stuff like that. There's nothing like that out there that we're aware of right now. The thyroid is being treated, but it cannot be fixed. Even if they remove the thyroid because it's playing up so much, you will still be on a pill for life. So, yeah, that kind of sucks really. When it comes to autoimmune disorders, there is really a cure, more just a treatment and a managing. But unless I stop my thyroxine, I'm generally quite well in terms of my thyroid. Like if I'm underactive, so the symptoms of being underactive are, in like constant tiredness, always cold, can feel quite faint, lightheaded, find it hard to lose weight as opposed to gain weight. And it's just, you can kind of just feel something in you is not right. And it can't be fixed by a good night's sleep. It can't be fixed by a day on the sofa. It can't be fixed by a diet. It is medication that's needed. So if you're feeling any of these things and you think it's because of furlough, you think it's because of, you've gone back to work and it's not right, and you've been feeling it for a while, just go get a blood test. It's as easy as that. And they can diagnose you pretty much straight away. And it's all to do with your levels. If your levels are too low, you're underactive. If they're too high, you're overactive. If you've lost a spontaneous amount of weight and you've done nothing to warrant it, and you've got no other symptoms like nausea or diarrhea or anything like that, chances are you've got a thyroid issue. So don't feel like it's being silly. Any of these factors can mean that you have a thyroid problem. So while they're there and the doctors are there to see you and treat you, go get a blood test. Or just at least go and ask some questions and they'll take it from there. But that was all I wanted to catch up on, basically. Just have a little chit chat with you guys. Those of you that are avid water drop fans on my channel, I have seen the Pride bottle. It is £34.90. I believe it is in pre-production, so you can order it and it will be shipped in September. I am on the fence with this one. I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong, but £34.90 for another bottle seems a little bit of a rip-off, considering we already have quite a few bottles, including the Sky bottle, which is no longer in production. And I've looked on eBay and I've looked on Etsy and I've looked on Amazon, and they do similar bottles for like a tenner. So don't be surprised if I don't get one. But at the same time, don't be surprised if I do, because when it comes to water drop, I am weak, like weak as hell. And I want it. And if they did glasses and a carafe and a teapot, I'd probably get all that as well. But as it stands, it's Thursday. And they are in pre-production until Sunday. So I have until Sunday to make my mind up if I want one or not. But I'll keep you posted. Stay safe. Good luck with your vaccines if you're having them. I spoke to a couple of ladies that were having their first one. Hope it went well. You took some paracetamol. Hopefully you guys were fine. Go get your second. I'm nearly 2 weeks after my second jab now, which will be 14 days. So in some countries I'm free to travel now because I'm fully vaccinated and I have my COVID passport. But I don't want to. I don't want to go anywhere right now. Maybe just stay in the UK and do some things here. But I will not be travelling abroad for probably about a year, at the least. And we'll take it from there. There's no rush for me to get back into travelling. Anyway, I've got to eat some lunch, get changed into my uniform and head to work. I have just over an hour to do those things. So, yeah, that's it from me. I'll see you soon.